like that, because that means that the test can be conducted. Of size n equals 40, okay. Drawn from a population, fine. The sample mean is found to be, so x bar, 106.8. And the sample standard deviation, small s, 16.7. Is the population mean greater than 100? So at alpha 0.05. So clearly, population mean 100, population mean greater than 100. The word greater gives us this. I will determine the test statistic, I will determine the p-value, and immediately make a conclusion. So now the question is, what is the degrees of freedom? Can anyone just give us degrees of freedom? You will be asked to find, because you may not have StatCrunch at some point in time or your calculator. At least you need to know how to look it up. What will be the number of degrees of freedom for this problem? Anyone? It's always the sample size minus 1. Always. Sample size minus 1. Okay, so this is a t-test. And with stats, because I have, okay, I have 100. I have x bar, 106.8. I have standard deviation, 16.7. No, clear. 16.7. I have the sample size 40. Okay, good. And I want greater than. Yes, that's fine. So I want to graph. And I determine the test statistic. So t statistic, 2 point, and look at the p-value. So test statistic is 2.5753, and the p-value 0.007. Okay, so what do we conclude at alpha 0.05? Do you reject or fail to reject? We reject or fail to reject? We have to reject. Round to 2 decimal places. I have 5.8. The p-value, okay. Reject the null hypothesis because the p-value is less than the level of significance at alpha 0.05. Losing it, the population mean is or is not. So we reject the null hypothesis. Is, okay. Is, okay, is not greater than 100. So we, oops, we reject, right? We reject the null hypothesis, okay? The population mean is yes, is greater than. Okay, so we rejected a null hypothesis, which means the information coming from the sample, it tells us that the mean is greater than 100. Is there another part? No, that's it. Okay, so I'll stop here for today. Please finish up so we can look at any problems that you may have for